Hey guys, D.Bowie here, and this is how to play Phantom Lancer in 702 featuring Sumail. Just want to remind you guys that I will be streaming from now on. My first cast is going to be Vega vs Team Horde for the Well-Play Invitationals. If you want to win an Arcana of your choice though, tune in the next day for Effect vs Team Spirit, playing the same tournament. As long as you're watching the stream, subscribe to this channel, Twitch and Twitter, you're participating in the contest. If you just want to get easy items or if you want to support me, tune in and let's have some crispy fun. Before I even start this video, I want to point out this conversation of the high MMR pros in this game. Sometimes we, mere mortals, that should be playing this to have fun, get super defensive and competitive. Look at these talented boys just joking around, missing spells. Remember this when you feel like raging in your next game, okay? That being said, let's begin. I already have a video about Phantom Lancer in 700 featuring Arteezy. Why this video again, Bowie? Well, with 702, we had a change of talents on PL. While that in itself is seemingly unimportant since we had a lot of changes, I feel like it helped consolidate a playstyle for the hero, something that before was very loose. I feel like rushing X is the best way of playing him right now. I also feel like he is way better in the mid lane. You'll understand more about this as we go on, so keep watching. The first big play I want to point out is this one. Sumail fights an illusion rune when tons of radiant heroes were going to contest it. Watch it first.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, he killed SF because he blocks him there, right? Allowing Underlord to hit lots of Firestorm procs on him. But did you catch why he traps him there? Illusion Rune illusions are way tankier than normal PL illusions. If we go back to SF's final moments, you will see that they even survive against that raise he throws at them. So you agree that if the illusions died way earlier, maybe SF had a chance to survive, right? Look how Sumail engages on SF. He only pops the illusion rune after the close range raise, and in hindsight, that seems correct, but minor, right? It's not going to turn that fight around, yet it did. One thing to note about the buffs to Phantom Rush is that the bonus agility you get when you use Phantom Rush is not transferred to your illusions, yet when they use Phantom Rush, they will get the bonus. If you watch this clip, he intentionally goes back from the creep to use it. Then after committing Spirit Lance, he brings his illusions from the range creep to the creep wave and then from the melee to the range creep again. All minor, this will increase the speed at which he clears the lane creeps a little bit. If SF was jungling, maybe he will lose some CS because PL shoved the creeps into the tower a little bit faster. Stuff like that. Since Sumail mentioned it, I feel like we should talk about why this talent changes things so drastically. So the talent by itself is already decent. It's a 30% increase in a 7-second nuke that also slows. With your scepter, this means you increase that value even further. We'll talk more about eggs when we see Sumail using it, but the main thing people missed about it when it was launched is how it increases your farming speed. You can pretty much use it in a creep wave, live, and your illusions will take care of the rest. Before this buff, if you rush scepter, they wouldn't be able to completely take it down sometimes because the illusions themselves were too weak. That's not the case anymore. Anyways, back to the video. As Sumail takes a bath with Earth Spirit, pay attention how he correctly uses backpack. As soon as the heal begins, he sends Ekla to the backpack and then brings it right up. Another aspect of PL I want to talk about is whether you max Dope Walk or Phantom Rush first. As I said in the beginning, your illusions get the agility of Phantom Rush when they use it, so if you're going for Diffusal first on him, for whatever reason, the extra agility will increase their DPS by a huge margin. When you're going for eggs, you really don't want to get more than 1 point in Phantom Rush most of the time because that extra agility is not going to be fully utilized by you and your illusions. A good example of Dope Walk being used both aggressively and defensively is this fight right here. Sumail gets recalled by Koto, and since you get such a hefty cooldown reduction with more levels of the skill, Sumail can use Dope Walk here to close the gap on CM and have it ready to dodge this raise just a few seconds later. Another very interesting aspect of this teamfight style is how even with double damage, he's not using his main hero to right click most of the time. It's clear he has one hotkey that selects only his illusions. The main benefits of doing that in this particular fight is that both Batrider and SF do a lot of AoE damage at this stage of the game. As the PL hero gets weaker, his illusions will get weaker and he will eventually fall off in the fight. Since the main source of damage is Spirit Lance at this stage of the game, and since after he commits Dope Walk he has no escape mechanism, he keeps fighting like that. Look how he keeps engaging and disengaging from the fight. The low cooldown on Dope Walk gave him tons of kills, and since he's so slippery for this stage of the game, he ends up being ignored by the enemies, allowing him to get kills he wouldn't otherwise be able to get if he just sent all his illusions and the main hero to right click non-stop like the old PL. I'm talking like old PL, not the PL before X. We can see the same playstyle here. Look how he kills Axe. He commits Spirit Lance, and when Axe wastes Berserker's Call, he feels comfortable using Phantom Rush. Pokes Axe a little bit, commits Doppelganger, uses another Spirit Lance, and Axe is one of those heroes that playing like this rips you more benefits than probably anyone. If you right click him with your illusions and your hero non-stop, your main hero will lose a lot of HP. Each subsequent wave of illusions will die faster than the other, and that will snowball into you being completely ineffective in that fight. Look how much HP he has now. His illusions can right click X for a decent period of time before they perish. And oh, something important to mention is that illusions give gold now, so this playstyle guarantees you lose less illusions overall, which means giving less gold to the enemy team. I'm not sure if this is intended to deal with illusions giving gold or not. I feel like if there is one hero that really gets affected by this change is PL, since his illusions spawn way faster than any other hero. Maybe going Axe and getting tankier early on is also a way to deal with that nerf. I don't know boys, I'm just digressing. They kill Axe, but did you notice something cool about how he kills CM? Most players would be more than happy with the Axe kill and they would go jungle or look for runes, since it's 1340. Not PL though. SF feels like he can get a kill on Earth Spirit, and he actually does get the kill, so who's protecting CM? He knows that after Freezing Field is over, CM is an easy kill. He sees Weaver top and feels more than safe going for it. He uses the fact Doppelganger breaks trees. He was being recalled and unfortunately SF cancels it. The thing though is that with the low cooldown on Doppelganger, he can go for kills like that and disengage afterwards. As SF chases him, pay attention how much time he buys with another Doppelganger dodging spells. This is also one important aspect of Doppelganger that in all honesty can't be compared by Phantom Rush. If you're skilled enough, the amount of damage you can dodge or the chaos you can create correctly using the skill surpasses the agility bonus from the other skill tenfold, at least in my opinion. He indeed ends up dying, but not before guaranteeing another kill for Venge. Sumail and his team end up getting a great trade close to their shrine, right in time for his eggs to be completed. I just wanted to show how strong the eggs really is. He pretty much takes an entire creep wave down with Spirit Lance. He gets kinda greedy though, going so deep. I feel like he could probably get the kill on SF if he was able to dodge at least one of the raises. But he didn't, and he falls. As they push the bottom tier 2, you can see the strength of Axe against creep waves. And another benefit of the item that can go unnoticed is the fact that you will have overall more illusions during fights. Not only because you have potentially 5 more illusions that are not juxtaposed illusions, so overall more DPS, you can start any engagement with potentially 5 illusions, meaning the amount and density of illusions in the fight is way bigger. That combined with Diffusal Blade, Sumail's next item, makes the next item power spike way bigger than it would ever be with any other item. The fact your illusions also get tankier because you got Axe is just another benefit. In this footage, as Sumail is being chased after Underlord disengages with his ult, pay attention to this neat trick he pulls off. I guess besides the fact that he can slow heroes that are going after him without needing to commit to the normal range, it is also a decent way to break Lincolns in fights, since you don't need to cast it in the main hero. I also like how he used the Diffusal to buy time for Spirit Lance, eventually setting up a Pit of Malice that kills Axe. I guess another aspect that can be a little bit confusing is the cooldown reduction at level 15. Not only that synergizes very well with Axe and the other talent, because he will deal more damage with Spirit Lance, but since he went Blink Dagger, he gets way more slippery. Look at this clip, he engages on SF with Blink Dagger, and as he disengages with Doppelganger, he sends those illusions back, while he almost hits him again with another Spirit Lance, potentially killing him, I don't know. Now, with an army of illusions to chase SF, he can completely zone him out of the fight. Look at his mana, he can't ult anymore, he can close the gap on CM, sending 2 heroes back to base, while his illusions pressure the tower, and Sumail farms 100% safe. We can see Blink Dagger being useful again, and how the diminished cooldown also works wonders on this style of playing PL. I guess the play they were going for is PL exploding CM before she does any damage, and then Coddle brings him back. In this case though, CM ults and he can't go back right away. He's tanky though, and without follow-up he survives. We actually see a pretty cool interaction. With Pipe coming from Underlord, he's able to blink even under the effect of Firefly. He doesn't follow through against Batrider, and we see a great play from Sumail to go back to base faster. By creating more illusions and attacking Axe with the item, he's able to quickly take tons of spins while he Phantom rushes towards him. Well, this wraps up for today. If you enjoyed this video, please guys, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see the extended version of this video, check the link in the description. Pugna is a platform where you can learn from people like Chessie, Fogged, Munib, and get better at the game. They have great content on the new patch, and if you want to raise your MMR, this is a great time. Figure the patch faster than your friends and get those easy wins. it's fruitless, so he just keeps luring and teasing Void. As Void goes towards the mid lane, pay attention how he clicks on his inventory and spots the TP scroll. As Ember approaches, the worst possibility would be using Fissure. He would block his own path, Void would just time walk over the Fissure, and that would accomplish nothing. Instead, he just uses the damage from one enchant totem, and while this is not a video about Void, this is a clear use of the downtime of Time Walk. Void was very greedy with that jump. But way more importantly than Void's mistake is Ember understanding it's his time to go in, and